name's Bernice Impey, a retired school teacher, and very happy to be on retirement and doing what I want to do.
My name is Alan Impey. Also retired, thankfully. I was a quality practitioner for 35 years. Now happily retired, do a bit of sailing, camping, and looking after grandchildren. Well, let me say, client care found us. We didn't find. We were actually at a stage in our life where we did have numerous policies at different companies and that. We used to draw up a goal plan every year, but it was very disjointed. So I think Dirk approached us just at the right time in our lives. We were looking for something to coordinate this because, approaching retirement is a bit of a worrisome period, and you do get a bit nervous whether you have catered enough for your retirement. So it was at the right time, and what he started with us was we looked at our own personal goals, we looked at our spiritual goals, our lifestyle goals that we wanted to achieve, and then we looked at our investments as well. So with Dirk and the team at Client Care, we were able to just consolidate this into one cohesive package that worked for us. So that was really fantastic. And to me, the most important thing and one of the best things that happened is that when we both retired basically in the same year, I stayed on a little bit to consult afterwards, but our retirement from earning a salary to our retirement pension was seamless. It was just, we were working one day, the next month we were working, and we were still receiving an income. So there was no fear and concern and anxiety at that period. And that's just through the intervention of Client Care, Dirk and his team. So we've been very happy, and you don't think of money, you're thinking of your lifestyle and you're thinking of your goals and things that you still want to do in retirement. And I think that's been important to us. We've been able to travel every year. We've been up to Namibia, Kalahari, Kruger. We go every other year. We go do a nice long trip. And we camp, we just explore South Africa locally as well.
The nicest part is that financial acumen is not my forte, so I've left it to the men in the household to do that. And it's been easy. Money is not important to me as far as day-to-day spending. I just want to know that I'm comfortable, and if I've got to go to a hospital one day, at least I can afford a hospital, etc., etc. So that's fine. And then when hubby says, let's go on a trip, it's like, great, yeah, we can do this. We don't have to budget madly for it. So it's really been very, very nice.
Well, previously, you were approached by different insurance companies over your your time while you were working. You might get approached by a certain company and they will offer you a certain package or retirement annuity, But it never was looked in the aspect of what you had and how to coordinate all your savings and investments together, Whereas with Client Care, we first looked at our goals. We spent looking at goals for quite a long time. What do we want in life, spiritually, financially, lifestyle, holidays. So we looked at that. And then only after that did we start looking at, Dirk and then we looked at all our investments together, and they actually consolidated it into one lump sum that is manageable and you could understand it. So we looked at that and we spent quite a long time doing monthly budgets and fine-tuning them and redoing them again. And every time we saw him, we re-looked at it and said, no, this wasn't right, until we got a plan together, And now they have come up with a total plan here for us, which anyone can understand. We can even give it to our children to have a look at, and they can understand it, So, and through that, I think if we hadn't done that, we maybe wouldn't have been able to achieve the lifestyle living that we are doing now.
think so, because had such little bits and pieces. You know, if I think of many years ago when you left school, it was like a certain company got hold of you and you had to invest a certain amount or whatever, and then you never heard from him again. So, I mean, I remember when we got married, just after we got married, I actually had a policy which my dad had taken out of me for education, which I never used. And suddenly, oh, this has grown because I didn't even know I had it. I like Dirk because he's very similar in outlook to us. I mean, he loves his holidays and he's going around everything else. And then he'll say to us, the money is there, go and spend it. You know, don't just leave it with the kids or whatever. Whereas everybody else is saying, you know, yeah, there. And we did have bits and pieces. You know, this one, we took a policy then and you took a policy there. And when it was all coordinated together, you could actually see, okay, fine, we are actually financially okay. So I was happy with that.
I think in pointing us in the direction of leading the lifestyle that we want, you know, it's not only the financial side, but it's the lifestyle that we want. You know, they've helped us get there, you know. You can understand what I'm saying, you know. But you know, there's no worries about, you know, saving, taking a little bit here, and, you know, it's just happened. You know, we get and we review. Every 6 months we get together and we review where we are, you know, and where we want to go if things have changed in our situation. So it's, and it's still a working document. It's not just, boom, that's finished. Things can still change, and you know, change does happen in your lives all the time. And so we're adapting to the change as things happen, you know, so it's, I think they've given a lot of value there, you know, making us not worry about the finance side of it, but more on the lifestyle.
So that I was going to say, he'll do the worrying about the money and the market and leave us to enjoy. That's what I like.
Yeah, I would say yes. We want to, well, first of all, we wanted to be financially free. And although when we met Dirk, we were on the road there, so we were bond-free and cars were paid off and that, so we weren't in a bad situation, but it just helped us a lot more in being able to achieve like our goals. If we wanted to go like an overseas trip or whatever, we know that the finances are there to be able to do it, you know, without worrying or saving every month. So I'd say, yeah, I go back to that lifestyle that's been able to help us achieve a lifestyle that we want.
And it's not just dealing with clients that have a lot of money financially. It's dealing with the ordinary people as well, which makes a great difference.
Well, I think it's handled on a lot more personal basis, you know, one-to-one, and usually a lot of other companies, it's what they can sell you a policy and they can get a commission out of it. It hasn't felt like that at all, you know. And I think it's more genuine and yeah, down to earth, which we are. We're really down to earth type of people.
Well, we'll have to speak to Dirk and see financially. I want to maybe, well, I thought of taking our kids and grandkids. They can pay some of it. For Alan's 70th, going overseas to Disney, we went and the kids were disgusted that we didn't take them with us. So I said, well, start saving because your dad is getting close to 70 and that's what I'd love to do. Either that or, you know, if it comes too much financially, then I'll do Mauritius or something else that they would enjoy and we're all together. But we'll see. In the meantime, we're on the ski club.
No, I just think, as I say, we've been very happy. Client care has made it very easy for us to retire, you know, and it's taken away that worry. You know, I know I have friends that look at the stock market and they look at these little graphs going up and down. They worry today, then they don't worry, and they worry, and they don't worry, you know. Whereas we took a decision with Dirk that we won't look at those things, you know. We'd review it on a 6-month basis. All we want to know is everything's going all right. You know, because investment is a long-term thing. It's not a day-to-day. And I think we would be worrying a lot more if it, you know, a lot if it was like that, if we had to look at it on a daily basis. You know.
And he's forced me to learn a little bit of financial acumen, because I've never worried about financial things. We're from a generation where women just allowed men to do it all. So I used to sign the back of my check and put it in Alan's bank. I didn't even have a bank account for years and years. And then when we started with this, I thought, okay, maybe I better look at these things so that at least I can speak intelligently about it. So he's forced me to do that side of it, which is, it's been great. But as I say, when I look at those graphs, when I started off, I thought, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. The only problem I've got with Dirk is that he's got me living to 104. He's planned to 104, and I don't intend getting that old. Everything's like the graph goes to 104. I'm thinking, no. But otherwise, very, very nice.